You're tuning into Black and White Sports on YouTube. The no-holds-barred truth on sports. The main event starts now.
I am back. Rodrance for Black and White Sports. If you're new to the channel, hit subscribe, like, comment. You guys are going to have plenty to say about this because my friends, Chucky is back involved with the NFL. I'm sure somewhere Roger Goodell is about to have an entire litter of kittens. As we know, Jon Gruden was targeted by somebody multiple times involving very old, ancient emails from back when he was with ESPN and Monday Night Football. It was leaked out, things that he had said involving the NFLPA head, DeMaurice Smith. And, of course, they targeted John. They called him a racist. But Mark Davis refused to let him go. And then came the second round that was involving, I believe, the alphabet community, if I can remember correctly. And that was the ones that did Gruden in. Jon Gruden was fired from the Las Vegas Raiders right as the Raiders were finally, under Gruden's second go-around, showing some real signs of life. In fact, Rich Bisaccia took that Raiders team to the playoffs. Again, let us not forget, it was October of that football season, the very end of October, that's right, 2 full months in, when Jon Gruden was let go. That was a good Raiders team that Gruden had finally put together. As we know, Gruden was gone. We didn't appreciate that, personally speaking. We're not big fans of the cancel culture around here, but it was clear that somebody had targeted Gruden. We still don't know who that is. All of those emails were by way of communication involving Dan Snyder and all those train wreck emails with the Washington football team at the time, or the Redskins at the time. Actually, come to think of it, they were still the Redskins. So I'm sure somewhere Roger Goodell is shaking his head. I'm sure he's upset. I'm sure he's throwing a fit because Chucky's back. That's right. Jon Gruden is back, and he has worked. He worked this week with the New Orleans Saints. That's right. And Derek Carr, his old quarterback, they're very good friends with each other. They lived right next to each other in Las Vegas. Derek Carr is a massive fan of Jon Gruden. Let us not forget, Jon Gruden almost got that LSU head coaching job that Brian Kelly got. A lot of LSU fans wanted Jon Gruden to get that job. So, we're going to look at this story, and then we'll go over to PFT and look at the top 3 comments because, well, judging by the likes to dislikes ratio, there's a lot of NFL fans that are glad to see Chucky back involved in the NFL. ESPN, Saints brought in Jon Gruden to help install the offense. New quarterback Derek Carr had a familiar helping hand this past week. Former Raiders coach Jon Gruden, as the Saints installed their offense during the offseason workouts. The Saints brought in Gruden to help Carr and the offensive coaching staff under coach Dennis Allen, according to NOLA.com. A second-round draft pick by the Raiders in 2014, Carr spent his career in the silver and black until he was released after the 2022 season. He signed a 4-year, $150 million contract with the Saints. With the Raiders, Carr ran the West Coast offense installed by Gruden during the latter's tenure as coach from 2018 through the first 5 games of the 2021 season. The offense is similar to the one the Saints employ. The Saints' version of the West Coast offense is an offshoot of the one former coach, Sean Payton, used during his 15 years as head coach in New Orleans, and it had its roots with Jon Gruden. Payton and Jon Gruden coached together in 1997 with the Philadelphia Eagles, where Gruden was the offensive coordinator and Payton was the quarterback's coach. Quote, "It's a new system and new words, but a lot of similarities to things that I grew up on and believe in," Carr told NOLA.com. "It's still a learning curve, but not as big a curve as it could have been in a different system or a different offense. The Saints signed Carr because of his familiarity with the scheme. Quote, he's a great fit for us, Saints offensive coordinator Pete Carmichael told NOLA.com. Of Carr will cater to things that he likes as long as it fits our personnel. The majority of what we've done in New Orleans, he's had that over his career. There's a lot of similarities. The migration continues from Vegas. The Saints also signed former Raiders in free agency, wide receiver Brian Edwards, tight end Foster Moreau. And this is the very story over at PFT. And this is the top 3, and you can see the likes to very low dislike ratios. The top 3 comments are very pro Jon Gruden. Let's not forget that while Snyder runs off into the sunrise with non-disclosure agreements and $6 billion, that awful man ruined Gruden's life to take the spotlight off all of his crimes. It should be noted, by the way, many people believe Dan Snyder, and there have been stories that have come out that I have done videos on, that Dan Snyder is the one that leaked these Jon Gruden emails. I know one set was leaked to the Wall Street Journal. 405 likes to 19 dislikes. Gruden got railroaded, and Mark Davis was too powerless/inept to stop it. Raiders gonna Raider. Al Davis is spinning. Yeah. Good. Everyone deserves a second chance. If Mike Vick and other players got multiple chances after committing crimes, then Gruden, not a criminal, definitely deserves another chance. I could not agree with that sentiment more. Gruden came out. He apologized, even though the emails were ancient. And it seemed that a lot of people decided to get overly offended by what was said. I mean, Mr. Matrix wasn't offended by what Jon Gruden said, but in this day and time, everybody loses their minds. But the one thing is clear, and I truly believe this, Jon Gruden will be a head coach again. Unfortunately, in the NFL, probably not. I wish he would be. I like Jon Gruden a lot. And it's a shame not having him on TV somewhere. He's one of the best in the business. But I do have a prediction. I believe he will coach a big-time college football program at some point. Like I said, LSU was very interested, and with the right fan base, they will love Chucky coaching their college team. Wow. How about that? Put that in your pipe and smoke it, Roger Goodell. Jon Gruden back working with an NFL team. It's glorious. Good job, Jon Gruden. Tell me what you think. Chucky's back. Peace. I'm out. Till next time.
Thanks for watching the show. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Be sure to tune in next time on Black and White Sports.